Good evening. Running a little bit later tonight than normal, but thought I'd come on and see what's happening. I've already had my usual first one in and out. I normally get 3 of those. Hey, Josh. Yeah, actually, you're number 2 because somebody else was already here and left. I always get about 3 people that stop in and don't say nothing and then leave. Hey, Mike. Well, it's Mike. It's your turn to do a live then. Hey, Darylou. I haven't seen you in a while. Your last couple lives that I've seen were silent lives, so I wasn't even able to talk to you there. Well, you know Monroe there that comes in all the time. He's from North Carolina. He did his first live today. Hey, Nancy. It was only a short, I think, 9-minute live, but it was his first, so he was giving it a try. But that's the way it was when I first started. I had no idea what I was doing. I just started poking buttons, ended up here, and went from there. Mike, you could go live while you're just going for one of your walks around the truck stop. And then you can show everybody else what you're dealing with in the truck stop. Mike, you mentioned earlier there on arenas that need to get some more wood split. Well, there's Monroe. I went out day before yesterday. I was going to split some more wood. Went to get my wood splitter out. And I can't get it to start. I don't know what happened, but I didn't play with it too long and finally gave up. I need to drag it out where I can see better what I'm doing with it and get it running again because I got a bunch of oak that I need to split that's too hard to split for doing it by hand. I didn't do a whole lot today, Josh. I did laundry today, sat here in the chair and fell asleep and slept half the afternoon. Well, Monroe, I was just glad to see you, starting out and getting, a live going like that. That's how you build them. That's the way it was when I first started. I had no idea what I was doing, so I just came on and winged it. I still kind of do the same thing at night. I don't know what I'm doing most times, so I just follow whatever the chat throws at me. Hey, Ken. Yeah, you'd be surprised, Mike. There's a lot of people there that just like to know what's happening, in the trucking world. People that have no idea what you actually deal with. That is true, Josh. I was just watching a video a second ago there from that guy. He's been doing a lot of them on that convoy in Ottawa. Now the police up there are talking. They're going to shut down the fuel supplies to all the trucks and stuff in Ottawa, where people have been carrying them in by jugs, carrying in propane tanks and whatnot. The video said that anything after midnight tonight, they're going to confiscate it. Hey, more. They're going to confiscate the fuel and then charge the people. I don't know what they're going to charge them with. But, they're getting desperate up there to try to stop them guys. And the truckers and the people on the street are all saying they're not leaving. It's your OOTD. You lost me there, Amor. Amor, when are you going to do a live? Hey, MJ. How are you tonight? Well, this morning for you. Yeah, I agree, Josh. That's what they need to do. But the police are trying to, make it harder for them. Oh, outfit of the day. Okay. But they're trying to make it harder for them by cutting off the fuel supply for the trucks, which that's going to be a big problem if a bunch of them trucks sit there and run out of fuel. And the propane, I'm assuming they're using that for cooking with and whatever. I can host it for you. Oh, you want me to do a StreamYard then? I need to figure out how to do that sometime. People keep asking me to do StreamYard so that others can get up on the panel here. But I never think of it till after I get started. I just don't have any way to get a hold of you to set anything up that way either. You've got to give me some way that I can contact you to discuss it ahead of time. Did the girls make it back home there, Mike or Ken? She ended the live while they were still out walking. Or have they gone out to eat now? Yeah. I agree, Mike. I mean, because, hey, IJ, they've got to be able to keep them trucks running, so the guys have heat in them for just sitting there sleeping, whatever. Amor, I don't get snow here. We get a few nights where it gets down below freezing, but it's never enough of anything that we ever get any snow. There's been a couple times since I've been in Florida that I've seen nights where it'll get cold enough and it tries to snow. You can see just a little bit of flakes in the air, but never anything that hits the ground and stays. I saw a video the other day there, Mike, where there was a couple ladies that were bringing in stuff to all the truckers and people in there. They had some vans that they were coming up with and then carting stuff into the people. And they were bringing in donuts and bread. And they said they had, I think they said 15,000 Polish sausages. And they were bringing in coffee and stuff. And somebody asked them why they were doing it. They said, well, they came from a communist country, came to Canada to be free, and they haven't been free in the 2 years they've been there. Yeah, farther north they get snow and more, but not down where I'm at. But the two ladies there laughed about it and says they also had some vodka they could bring in, but being the guys are truck drivers, didn't think they should bring that. Amor, if you get a map of Florida sometime and look at it, find Daytona Beach, which is on the East Coast. I'm inland about an hour, depending on traffic, but a little less than an hour's drive from Daytona Beach. So I'm far enough south we don't get snow. My weather is kind of like the weather in Baguio, Philippines. We get a lot of hot weather during the summer. This time of year, we do get some cold spells where it cools off. Now, temperature's about the same as Baguio. IJ, I was surprised you didn't do a live today. Or did you do one and I just missed it? I missed Monroe's when he did it, and I watched the replay afterwards. He's done, just started doing videos. He's done a couple of them here recently. Today was his first live. Oh yeah, that's the one where you went grocery shopping. I forgot about it. I watched that too. I missed it live, I guess, and watched the replay, which was fine because you had only a few people in there actually, having a conversation with you. The rest of them just filled the chat with emojis for you couldn't talk to anybody. Yeah, I sent you a message afterwards there on when I watched the replay that you went shopping but never came and got my grocery list. That's all right, Monroe. Glad to see you working on your channel. Just keep putting out the videos and the lives and stuff, and it'll grow. It just takes a while for people to get to know you. Not a thermos, it's a cup with just a styrofoam cooler thing on it. Iced tea. I kind of live on iced tea. Most people drink coffee all the time. I drink iced tea all the time. Of course, IJ, you know it's sweetened. You won't let me have my candy bars, so I have to drink my sweet iced tea. The brand of tea I normally get last time I was in Walmart they were out of it. So I went and got something different. It ended up being green tea. I'm not sure if I care for it as much. It's different. Amor, IJ is in my live right now. Gee, that's not hard to figure out. Well, I don't, or Ken, I don't brew the tea as you're saying. I take and heat a gallon of water. I dump 10 tea bags in it. Now, MJ, you're not going to get me to sing. But I heat the water. I dump in 10 tea bags, add the amount of sugar that I add for a gallon of tea, and then I just heat it back up again with what it cooled off when I added the sugar. Shut the stove off, put a lid on the pan, and I leave it sit all night. The next morning, I take the tea bags out and pour it into 2 jugs and put it in the fridge. I knew what you meant, Amor. She's about 1,000 miles from me. Hey, Frank. Hey, Ruby. Got both of you here tonight. All right, Ken, when you said brewed, I thought you meant, doing it like in a coffee pot. But yeah, that's how I fix it. And then I never put ice in. I mean, this glass will sit here all day if I don't drink. I mean, it don't last that long with me, but even during the summer, I'll fix a glass of tea and set it here and drink it as I'm in and out. But I never put ice in it. I quit using ice after I was in the Philippines. Yeah, there's a lot of people that make it. They call it sun tea, but I don't want. I just too lazy to take the time to do it that way. I put it on the stove, and just a little short while water's heated. I dump the tea and sugar in it, and I'm done. Then in the morning, I just have to take the tea bags out and put it in jugs. So, Ruby and Frank, what's happening down your way tonight or this morning for you guys? For those of them that don't know them, Rubylicious and Flywood's one. They're a couple. They're in Mindanao. My problem more for me traveling right now is the kitties. I don't have anybody to take care of them. I'm doing okay, Ruby. I'm too ornery to do anything else. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ruby. 10 o'clock in the morning, it's already hot there. Yeah. Yeah, I just continue day by day, Ruby. Same old stuff. And send me more snow. He said he wants to share a link. Did I miss something back there? Well, that's okay, Ruby. I thanks for that. But I always give you 17 thumbs down. Heck, Frank, I can't get the evil twin to do anything around here. She won't even fix me breakfast. That's what I'm saying, Ruby. She won't do anything for me. I had to do laundry myself today. She didn't do it. That's fine, Amor. They all count the same. So many people get all upset over that they can't, that somebody gives a thumbs down or whatever. When YouTube goes back and looks through them, they count the thumbs up and the thumbs down as the same thing and just gives a total for all of them. The thumbs up don't mean anything over the thumbs down. And you don't get paid for them, so you're not making any money off them. Yeah, but Ruby, she likes to spend money. Well, that's an idea, Ken. I hear that, Frank. Well, Amor, I just had to straighten you out. You were being a bad girl, so I had to put you on the right path. Now I think you guys are making up stories about me. I'm just watching what all you guys are saying. You're all talking about me, so I'm just waiting to see who says what. I was going to take and put a couple links in. Yeah, she's always gone somewhere. I was going to put a couple links in, like for Monroe's channel, but I can't find his right now. And I've noticed here, and when I'm in live chat like this, I can't do the go to channel thing on it. Well, more if you talk to some of the others, you'll see I've done the same thing on theirs. IJ's another one that, I give people a hard time on her lives and stuff when they start throwing the emojis in. It just interrupts the chat too much. When they fill the whole chat up with emojis, the rest of us can't talk. Well, same to you, Ruby. It's still another 8 days away. Well, the other thing too, more, and I tell most people this. One thing is, don't make everybody a moderator when they come in, because once they do that, nobody else can control it. If you only have a couple moderators, a channel shouldn't have over, depending on how big they are, 3 to 5 moderators at most, and then they can control the rest of the people that's doing stuff they shouldn't. But everybody that comes in, first thing they do is they ask for a blue jacket, and then they want to drop their link, and then post emojis and act silly, and then they leave. They never do join the chat. Yeah, the other one's the thumbs up. There's another Filipino that has a channel. I gotta think what her channel name is now. Mike knows it. It's the ones that used to drive for R&L. Ken knows them. PNA Trucker Girl USA. She's got 108,000 subs. I think she's got maybe at the most 5 moderators. They don't have anybody dropping links. They don't have anybody posting a swarm of emojis. And the chat just goes on. Okay, Ruby, now you want to be the one to spoil and start posting emojis. That's right, Mike. I mean, there'll be so many of them that you can make a comment, and before anybody can read it, it's gone out of sight. There's one person I go to, her lives when I get a chance. I usually miss them just due to the time difference, but I try to catch them, and her premieres rather, and they'll be full of emojis that way. And I'll make the comment about asking people not to do them because it just hurts her because YouTube marks them as spam and removes them. She'll turn on and post my comment, pin it at the top like some of them do for everybody to see it. But most of them don't read it. They just keep on posting them anyways. I've often wondered that, Josh. I've never tried it, but I've often wondered that. That's right, Moore. That's who I was talking about, but I didn't figure anybody else knew about it. And then she'll turn around and post it at the top or pin it, so it stays at the top for people to see. Yeah, Ken, but between them there and having a house in Texas too, I don't think they get home much anymore, do they? You don't see as many home time videos as they used to when they were at RNL. Yeah, I've never figured out how to set up Nightbot either, but I don't really need it here yet. Well, that's the thing, Amor. And you get so many of them, team happy and team this and whatnot, that they just come in there and just keep filling it with the stuff from theirs. And I think they're not doing it to help the channel; they're doing it to publicize their own. No, I don't have a house in Texas, Amor. Another couple that we're talking about that originally live in Ohio, they drive truck, but they've got a second house in Texas that the people they've hired, they let them use it when they're down in that area, and they stay there too. No snow, Ruby. I don't get snow here. Yeah, and since Rona went back, separated from riding with John and Lynn, you don't see much of her and Corey anymore. Never see anything of the other boy. I can't think of his name now. Becca was putting out videos pretty regular for a while, and hers have kind of slacked off. But I think they spend a lot of time editing their videos and doing stuff in them that I don't. Whatever I put up is exactly as I took it. So, I mean, there's no work involved in mine. But if you spend a lot of time having to edit them and whatnot, and then still try to drive full time, that's a lot of work. John and Lynn had hired somebody there at one time to edit her videos and do all that stuff for him, was paying him good money. But then he started goofing off with it. And he was way behind, wasn't getting the videos out and whatever. And I think they got rid of him. But they said the money they were making off it dropped a lot there after he was goofing off with it so much. And the videos were coming out late. They had somebody else for a while too that I don't know who it was that was seemed like he was following them around and whatnot and doing videos, of them while they're out on the road and whatever. But I don't think that lasted too long either. Yeah, Mike, her laugh is addictive. Well, Mike Roberts, Ken Unger, Jim, they're No More Snow Life. They all live in Ohio. And then Patrick and John Lynn live in Ohio. Oklahoma roads. The one I drove on the most when I went out through there that was rough was the toll roads that go up through the Indian reservations. I used to pick it up on 40 and angled over, went through Tulsa and then over to 35 to go to Wichita. And that was a rough road, that you were paying a toll on to ride on it. It's one of the old concrete roads, and it's just that continuous ka-thump, 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 ka-thump as you're going down the road. And every so often, instead of ka-thump, it was ka-bang. Hey, Deborah, how are you this evening? Well, this morning for you. You always do your live streams in the afternoon, which is in the morning before I'm up here. I'm still the same, Deborah. Nothing much changes with me. Just another day. It takes some getting used to, Mike. I mean, one, a semi doesn't ride like a car does. And depending on, what you're doing and all like that, it's it's a lot of lonesome hours, you might say. I mean, I enjoyed the time when I was on the road, but I'm just a gabby person anyways. No matter where I went, I'd find somebody to talk to. I stop and get fuel. I then stand there talking to the girl at the cash register when I went in to pay for it. When I stopped in the truck stops for the night, I get out, and wander around, and anybody that was out and about, talk to other drivers. I'm a whole lot like my grandfather was. They always said he never met a stranger, just somebody he hadn't talked to before. That's kind of the way I am. And I'm still that way anytime I go anywhere now, even. I'll end up standing around shooting the breeze with somebody somewhere. I've only seen a little bit of it, IJ. It comes on NBC, which is channel 2 here, and some days it comes in and some days it don't. I watched some of the opening ceremonies for the night on it. I was going to watch some of it today, but it just wouldn't wouldn't come in, so I couldn't see it, you know. So I gave up on it. There's Ruby's channel. This is hard to do because I'm using two keyboards. You don't see much of them anymore, IJ. Used to be, you know, that was the thing in the truck stops and stuff, was the lot lizards. But you don't see them much anymore. They've kind of become a thing of the past. Well, that they've been doing for a long time too, you know, since everybody's carrying a cell phone. Some of them even do it on the CB. I mean, there used to be times you'd be in a truck stop and you hear some girl come over on the CB and she, you know, start right out exactly, you know, anybody looking for company or whatever. And doing it that way. But they've tightened down on it, you know, on the law enforcement and stuff over the years about it, and just makes it harder and harder for. Hey, Sunshine, are you in Florida now? I just saw your video tonight for your trip. In fact, I even had to go back and watch one of your others that I'd missed before from your baby shower. I don't know how I missed it. And I remember seeing the title of it a long time ago, but for some reason never watched the video. Oh, well, Gil, I came to your videos a while back, but apparently you blocked me on yours, so I can't make comments on them anymore. That's true, IJ. And there were so many of them that end up getting either hurt or killed doing that. Well, the radio that I have in my truck can is a Cobra 29, the old 23 channel. I never did go get a 40 channel. I stayed with the 23. That's all I've ever used. But when you're on the road, about the only thing you ever used was 19 anyways. So I didn't need, all them extras. What was your message, Josh? Hey, Ivy. I missed you even coming in. Oh, if you try to post a link or anything, it won't let you do it unless you're a moderator. You're gonna get in trouble, Mike. What was the link about, Josh? Hey, Rena. See, I told you, Mike, he's going to get in trouble. No, Josh, if you're not a moderator, it won't even let you post the link. Anything you put, here, I'll do this for you. Now you can do it. But anything you type in there doesn't even show up here. Hey, Maureen. Same thing like if you try to post a link in the chat underneath of a video, YouTube hides it. Well, the same thing. You used to be able to go to channel 9 and get emergency, and hardly anybody ever answers on that anymore either. Ivy, how's my son doing? There, your link now shows up, and anybody should be able to click on it. Rena, the one that Ivy just had, even has my name. His middle name is David. Oh, why you got the wrench, Josh? I need the exhaust manifolds changed on my truck. Yeah, that's true, Mike. Either use a CB or you had to stop and use a payphone somewhere. Okay, Rena, we won't call you David anymore. Rena, I think Kyla's going to name her first three boys David, just for you. Rena's all upset now. Rena, I didn't quite understand what you said there. Mike, Rena's talking about wanting to have another baby. And we said you wanted to have a son and name him David. She said that's her favorite name. See, now Maureen wants twin girls and a boy. Or does she want a twin girl and boy? Well, when Ivy was still pregnant, I always teased her all the time she was having twins. She said the ultrasound only showed one. I said, yeah, that's because the other one was hiding behind the first one. I think there's going to be a baby boom in the Philippines. Ruby wants a baby. Rena wants a boy. Maureen wants twins. Now You'd Wish just got brought into it. I'm going to start taking out stock in Huggies diapers. Mike Whitcomb is that just one at a time? Yeah, see, now we got Monroe into it. His girl wants to have two. Geez, I never thought this live was going to stir up trouble all over the country tonight. Well, that's one thing, Mike, I can say I have changed diapers before. That's what I was saying, Monroe. The Philippines is going to have a baby boom here shortly. All these girls are saying they want 1, 2 twins and whatnot. Well, I don't do that, Josh. I have it sitting in my lap, which is what causes the vibration sometimes. And then with part of my keys not working on this one, I'm typing part of it on this one, which is why I keep looking over here. Makes it confusing at times to keep up with stuff. Or I'll type a whole bunch of something and it's missing half the letters. Well, that's what I said, Monroe. I was going to start taking out stock in Huggies diapers. Rena Kyla's right on schedule today. She just told me she just finished breakfast. Almost time for lunch, and she's just finishing breakfast. Ruby, you're still doing more TikToks? I noticed she's been putting out a lot of them lately. But they're always so short. Yeah, Ken, it was just 6 minutes ago that Kyla told me she just finished breakfast. Four babies at once, huh? Gonna be a lot of diapers then. I've got an uncle that always wanted to have a boy. After their fourth girl, they quit. Yeah, Huggies in the Philippines, powdered milk. IJ, do you mean Mike or Ken? Or they're too big to adopt. Rena, are you trying to say that Marine doesn't wear undies? Oh, Ruby, I always tell everybody I want 10. See, if I have 10, then I've got two basketball teams, 5 and 5. And then two teams can play together. IJ, they're all wanting to race more truck drivers so they can head to Ottawa. You leaving us, Josh? Catch you later. It's 11 p.m. for where Josh is at. Yeah, Josh, send some snow down to IJ. She don't have enough. Oh, Marine's still here, and we've been talking about her all this time. I don't need any snow, IJ. I'm perfectly content not to have any. I want to see it piled up so high that when that garage door opens up at your place, that you can't even get out in the morning. So who's going to have the baby first? You, Wish, Marine, or Rena? Rena's already passing the buck. Rena, are you saying you have a pretty pink bow on yours? Untie it. I think somewhere I keep missing stuff because halftime I don't know what you girls are talking about. Well, if they live under the bridge, what else do they have to do? Well, also 22, that means she's been having them most of her life, over half of her life. Yeah, and if you talk about teen pregnancies in the Philippines, it's kind of a double standard there. The Catholic Church won't let you use birth controls, but doesn't teach you not to have sex until you're ready for it. The teen pregnancies in places like the US may be down over the last 2 years due to COVID. People aren't getting out and about as much as they were, but the pregnancies with couples are probably up because they're confined to homes. So what else do they have to do? I guess they could have stayed on YouTube. Yeah, but I Jay with a lot of people, they don't normally do it. They're not going to change now for that. Catch you later, Mike. If we happen to talk to You'd Wish, we'd tell her you agreed to have six. Well, now that everybody's got it all planned out, how many babies everybody's having, everybody got quiet. Yeah, they're online looking at the cost of diapers. I was watching another Filipina's YouTube video today. There was her baby shower, and a lot of the gifts they got at the baby shower were diapers. They are another couple there. They live in Texas. She's Filipina. And they just recently had a little baby girl. IJ, that's not fair. You go doing that with the rest of us don't know what's being said. And half the time, the stuff that you girls say like that don't translate right for the rest of us. Well, I kind of got part of that, but it didn't translate that way. I use it a lot to try to get an idea of what people are saying, but I don't very often use it to respond with it because the way it puts it back out could get me in trouble with some of the stuff that I might actually be saying. Hey, Boosie. How are you today? I saw you did live earlier, but time I got notification on it, you was already done. YouTube messes up so often on that stuff that you don't get a notification at all, or time you get it, it's too late. It must have been in the earlier part of her live tonight. I didn't see that. Another one I didn't get notification on it until it was half over. Golden Doodles, what are they? I'm not familiar with them. Neighbor across the road there that I used to take care of their dogs for them. So she got all pissy about it and didn't want me doing it. Well, they're two females and both had pups. Okay, IJ, we'll catch you later. But she's lost, or they have lost, whatever you want to say, several of the pups already. I've seen them different times up burying another one in the yard. They don't take care of them. And one of the things that I've told them in the last batch is, they had problems. They lost a lot of them. The puppies and stuff can't handle fleas. You got to take care of them, or you're going to lose the dog because the dog becomes anemic and then dies. IJ, time you see these girls all again, they'll all be having twins. Okay, Ken. That the one at the ecological sanctuary? I just now see notification on it. It says 35 minutes ago, but I hadn't seen it. Well, it seems like everybody's kind of backing out of here, so I think I'll go ahead and end this. It was good everybody was here tonight. Seemed like everybody had fun. And I'll talk with you all again the next time. Good night, all.